traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Monday, June 19th, and welcome to today's live stream. Thanks for coming. Before I get started, definitely make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. It makes a big difference to YouTube pushing my channel, my videos, and my live streams out to new members. So definitely do that if you do not mind. So as I'm sure pretty much everybody knows, I'm sure anybody that trades should be paying attention to the news calendar. So today is a bank holiday for the US. It's Juneteenth, which is definitely not a very big holiday, but it's definitely a bank holiday. And I've had a rule for many years that I do not even try to trade during a bank holiday. I will not at all enter a trade during a bank holiday. I will sometimes hold a trade. If I entered the day before, I will sometimes hold throughout a bank holiday, but I definitely will not enter any new trades at a bank holiday. It's a rule of mine that I've done for many years, probably at least 6 years. So I personally have not traded today, and I definitely do not plan on trading today. But a slow day like today is actually a good day for us to look at some things, take our time, and not really have to worry about the market doing a whole lot. So before we start looking at the charts, let's see what we do have for the news this week. Now we do have CPI for the pound Wednesday morning. That's a really good one. Meeting minutes for the Aussie. Yeah, that may be okay if you're available during that time. We got core retail sales and retail sales for the Canadian. We got Powell speaking on Wednesday at 3 p.m. That definitely may do something. And what do we got? We got the Switzerland's policy is coming out. The Swiss Central Bank or whatever, Swiss National Bank I think they call it, is coming out. They plan on raising their interest 25 basis points, so that may be a good one to pay attention to. We got Wallace speaking. That's never really anything. We got a press conference for the Swiss. And we got a bank rate for the pound also, which they plan on raising their interest rates 25 basis points also, unlike the dollar last week, who kept theirs flat. We got unemployment rate for the dollar. We got Powell testifying again. And on Friday, we got all that PMI news. So last week was a very news heavy week for us, so this week is definitely going to be a little lighter. We definitely had the pound news and the Swiss news to pay attention to, and Friday all that PMI news is probably going to be pretty decent, but at least today and really even tomorrow, at least as far as news, there really isn't a whole lot of good news coming out, so we have to be careful of that. So since today is such a slow day in the market, I thought it would be a good day for us to take requests from the audience and look at pretty much anything that anybody would like me to look at. Normally we start off by doing our full top down analysis on the dollar index, which we could still do if everybody wants, and we could still go through all the dollar pairs. Now, I definitely don't think there's going to be a whole lot of volatility until at least later on. Maybe the Asian session things will kick back up, but for now, not really a whole lot going on. So we already got the Kiwi dollar coming in, and the Aussie Canadian was already requested. So if anybody wants me to look at something, definitely let me know. We're going to do a little bit of a different live stream today. We're just going to go around and take requests from the audience. Since today is a very slow day for the dollar, I don't really think there's much of a point in going through the full top down analysis on the dollar pairs like we normally do. So let's look at the Aussie Canadian first, because that was requested by one of my Patreon members. So we're going to look at that first, and then we'll go look at the Kiwi dollar. I'm going to have to start writing some of these down so I don't forget it. Excuse me. So we'll look at the NU. We'll look at silver. We're going to start off with the Kiwi dollar. We'll look at the pound Canadian. We're already on the Aussie Canadian, so that's good. GBP, CAD. We'll do the NU for sure. Definitely. So if anybody has a request, definitely let me know. Today we're just going to kind of do whatever the audience wants me to do. We'll spend an hour and we'll just look at whatever everybody wants. So we're going to start off with the Aussie Canadian. Let's go to the Canadian pairs actually, since we got the pound Canadian too. Yeah, for sure. We'll do the top down analysis on pretty much all of them. So the Aussie Canadian. Hey, how's it going, Yoda? Yeah, so let's look. Let me write these down so I don't forget. The EJ and the UJ. EJ and UJ. Cool. So we got a pretty good little list started, so let's get going on the Aussie Canadian, and we'll probably do the pound Canadian next since we're already looking at Canadian pairs. Let me just look real quick and see if there's any correlation here. Yeah, not really. A little bit maybe, but in a ways, the Aussie Canadian to me still looks like it's making some sort of a three-way pattern on three-way pattern. It definitely made three ways up, and it definitely made three ways down. That usually leads to another three-way pattern up, probably like an WXY pattern. Maybe it's going to be a correction to this last move down. We'll have to see, but it definitely is making three ways up and three ways down, so it probably is going to at least go up and take out that high on the monthly time frame. So that's the monthly. The weekly is definitely already turned up. Some of these charts, like I always say, I don't look at it on a regular basis, so my Elliott wave counts are probably going to be off a little bit. But it definitely looks like a trend right here on the daily. This is definitely a correction, and it breaks structure, so that means that first section of trend was over, so that's probably an A, B. And then this is probably like a 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5 type thing for the C. So we definitely got... Yeah, this one kind of does resemble more of a trend also. So it does look kind of like a trend, and it does look like a correction to that trend. So this is probably like the A of Y, most likely, and this is the B of Y, and most likely this is going to end up continuing the uptrend, I would say, and taking out these highs and probably going a lot further than that. So let's head down to the 4-hour time frame. I think I unmute myself. Yeah, I did. Okay. Make sure I unmuted myself on Discord. So yeah, going down to the 4-hour time frame. Let's see. So far, we don't really have any real break of structure yet. It definitely shows high, low, high, low, high, low, high. The last major structure level is right here. So this move down right here could possibly be a correction to this move up. But it kind of looks more like it's probably a 1, and this is probably actually an A, and it'll probably going to go up and make a B, and probably go down again and make a C, probably an A, B, C of 2, and then probably back up for a 3. So I think that's probably the most likely thing. Let's head down to the 1-hour time frame. Yeah, that definitely looks like all one trend right there. I don't see any break of structure, so it probably is all one trend. Let's get rid of these fib levels. Let's put a Fibonacci on here, which is the last major swing. So already almost to the 78%, so this is probably like a 1, 2, 3, probably 4, 5 of A forming. This is probably eventually going to make a way B and then go back down most likely for a C. I bet it's going to be like an ABC of 2, and this is like a 1, and eventually it's going to go back up for a 3. So I would definitely be looking for sorts in a down in this correction until we see 3 waves up and 3 waves down, impulsive up with a break of structure, which is probably not going to happen for a while. So at this point, I would definitely still be looking for sorts in a downtrend. So for sure. Yeah, we'll definitely look at the euro dollar and stuff like that for sure. You normally do start off with the dollar pairs, but today is extremely slow for the dollar, so I thought we could just kind of spend the day looking at pretty much whatever people want me to look at. So the Aussie Canadian, I would definitely still be looking for sorts. Let's see if the pound Canadian kind of agrees with that or not. Let's head up to the monthly. I was kind of wondering if this was going up for a wave C. Even though this right here is a lower low, it definitely made a trend followed by a corrective move followed by another trend with an impulsive turn. So it seems like this would now be going up for a trend. And maybe this right here is actually like a wave A, and this is an irregular B, and it's going up now for a C, or irregular bottom as Elliott wave terms calls it. So that definitely does seem like the most likely. It definitely seems like we are still in an uptrend. It's looking still pretty impulsive on the weekly. It's still making higher lows, higher lows. So most likely it is going to just keep on trending up, I would say. And that does agree kind of with the Aussie. Not so much though. Let's head down to the daily. So on the daily, we definitely got an ABC correction back here, and then we have a trend, followed by another ABC correction, followed by another trend, followed by what looks like another ABC correction. So it looks like we're definitely making higher highs, higher lows, which means that this is probably just going to continue to do so. So at this point, I would definitely still be looking for longs and uptrend for sure. Going down to the 4-hour time frame. Most likely on the 4-hour time frame, we're looking at a correction to this last move up, I would say. So most likely this move down is going to be a correction to this move up. This is probably like a 1, probably like an ABC of 2. And this is either like a 3-4 or it's just a subdivision of a much bigger wave 3. Either way, it's probably going to go down to one of these lower Fibonacci levels, make some sort of a 3-way pattern, and end up continuing the uptrend, maybe something like this right here. So we're probably still, even though it does have 3 ways, on the higher time frames, it looks like it's still probably a wave A. Take it down to the 1 hour. Yeah, maybe not though, because we definitely got a break of structure right there, so that probably is a wave A. This is probably already in a wave B, and this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. Where I would say it's going to go down to at least a 50%, maybe even lower than that. So let's do a Fibonacci extension right here to see where, whoops, that's not it. A Fibonacci extension to see where the most likely place for a wave C to end up would actually be. So the 100% level is definitely the most likely place. That lines right up perfectly with the 38. And if it goes much further than that, it's probably not a wave C, it's probably a wave 3. So really, this 38% may be a really likely place for a turn. If that makes that ABC, and then makes it a pulse to move up and it breaks structure, I would definitely take that as a long opportunity for the continuation of the uptrend. So that does seem pretty likely that this is a wave C. I would definitely be watching that 168.73 area to see if it makes a bounce and then like a 3, 4, 5 shape and then an impulsive move up and a break of structure. If it does do all that, then most likely it is going to be the end of an ABC correction. So let's see, it looks like we got a lot of people asking for dollar pairs anyway, so we probably are going to have to go look at the dollar. Let me put the pound yen in here too. We'll go look at the pound yen. Let's switch back and look at a few dollar pairs, I guess, since everybody does prefer the dollar pairs. I prefer the dollar pairs also. I just personally am not really going to take a trade on the dollar pairs because it's a holiday. Like I said, most of the time, the holidays are very slow. So let's switch back. We'll look at the euro dollar. So the euro dollar, I still think has ended at wave 2 right here. I still think it looks like a 1, 2, 3, which is probably not even over yet. So it most likely has got a long ways to go to the upside. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, really our last major structure level is way down there. So you can almost guarantee that this move down is a correction to this last wave up. Most likely this is a 1. Most likely this is an ABC of 2. And even the wave 3 doesn't look over. It looks like a 1, 2, 3 of 3. So most likely this move down right here is a correction, and I bet it will end up continuing up, all part of a wave 3 still. Let's see, 1 hour time frame. So we definitely do have 3 ways down right here, but I have traded long enough to know that sometimes you'll see it where it looks like a perfect ABC correction on a day where it's a bank holiday, and then what happens is instead of continuing the uptrend, it actually just kind of dies out and eventually ends up going back down. So we definitely do have a shape of an ABC right there, and I do think that this is all going to be a correction to this last move up, which this last move up was almost a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and we have a Fibonacci bounce with 3 waves down, so it may be worth taking the chance. I just know for my own personal experience and the fact that I have a rule in my own trading for many years now that if it's a bank holiday in the US that I'm not going to enter a trade. So this definitely could end up continuing the uptrend. It has all the criteria. It's 3 ways down, Fibonacci bounce, impulsive move up. So it really has all the criteria to tell us that it could be the end of an ABC. And if it wasn't for the fact that today was a bank holiday, I probably would take this entry. But since it is a bank holiday, I'm not taking it, and there's probably a better chance that it's going to go down and not really do a whole lot for the rest of the day. So yeah, let's see. The EU we already did. The US dollar Swiss, I saw somebody ask for that too, I believe. So yeah, the US dollar Swiss, we'll take a look at that one. Head back up to the daily. The US dollar Swiss is looking a little bit like a 3-way pattern down. It almost makes you think that this is an A, this is a B, and that it's going to go up again for a C. Let me look at the dollar again, see if that is possible. I don't really think it is. If I was looking at the euro dollar, I could almost picture that. The DXY, I could almost picture that, but I don't think that's what's going on. I think that more likely this move up is going to be a correction and that it is going to keep on trending down. So let's head down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, our last major swing level is way up there. This definitely looks like an impulsive move, so it probably is only a wave A. Probably gonna drift down, make some sort of a three-way pattern, A, B, C. Probably bounce off a fib level. I don't think I'm expecting to see the end of a correction today. We may see the end of a trend. So yeah, let's see. The CAD Swiss. Let me write that down. CAD Swiss. So most likely that move up is pretty impulsive. It does look a little corrective on this time frame. What's the dollar telling us? Yeah, the dollar looks like it's already in a wave C, so this is probably already in a wave C too. It's probably a trend followed by 3 waves down. And we're probably in a wave C right now, but I wouldn't expect this wave C to end today. I would probably expect it to drift around, maybe work its way up to one of these 2 Fibonacci levels. Then maybe tomorrow London or tomorrow New York is when we'll have the end of a correction, which is a correction to this last move down, and most likely the continuation of the downtrend. So I would definitely, depending on what time frames you trade, if you trade below the 1 hour, I would definitely be looking for shorts. If you trade above the 1 hour, if you trade below the 1 hour, I would definitely be looking for longs because I would expect it to at least go up to the 50. If you trade above the 1 hour, like I do, then I would be waiting for something like this to go short for the continuation of the downtrend. So it just kind of depends on what it is that you're actually waiting for. So let's go check out silver. So let's head back to the monthly. I still think that silver has ended some sort of a correction. It still looks to me like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It kind of looks like it could be a WXY, but it's definitely 3 waves. I always call, even if it looks like a WXY, I almost always call it an ABC. And then it most likely is going up now. And I would think that it would at least go up and take out that high right there. So the trend is definitely up for sure. So going down to the weekly, we definitely got a very overlapping pattern here, but it is definitely going up. Could that possibly be an ABC correction right there? Let's go see. Could I make this out to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down? I don't know. Doesn't really look like it. Looks more like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, B, C of B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. So most likely this move down is going to be a correction to this last move up. So let's put our Fibonacci on there. And let's see what we got there. So taking it down to the daily most likely, like I just said, most likely this move down is a correction to that move up. So this is definitely very, very trend-like, so that probably is a wave A. I know gold I was thinking was in a wave C, but that was mostly because of the dollar. I still think that gold may be in a wave C and that it may end up going up like this. So if gold ends up going up like that, then silver probably is going to do the same. And silver is actually a little bit stronger, as you can see. So we'll have to see what happens with that. And this right here is definitely all a series of higher highs, higher lows right up until this point. So that definitely could be a wave A, just like on gold, and this could be like a 3-way pattern for the B, and this could be a C, and it's going right down to the 50%, so maybe this is already ended a correction, and it's already drifting up. I think probably the best bet for us would be to look for longs in an uptrend. Yeah, that's definitely a trend there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up like that, most likely. And this looks like a trend also, so definitely very overlapping, but it is 5 waves. Maybe that's an A. Maybe this is now in like a B and it's going to go down again for a C and then go back up. Hey menu, how's it going today? So I think let's take it right down to the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, looking very corrective, huh? Gold kind of looks like it wants to go up too, but I don't think I would trust any entries today. This move down does look very corrective though. It's very overlapping. So that right there may have already ended a crescent, and this may be like a 1, and this is probably like a 2. And I bet it's going to go up for a 3. So I would definitely still be looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. I would probably be getting rid of this on the short time frames and putting this Fibonacci on the shorter time frames. And most likely we're going to see like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, probably some sort of a three-way pattern for the B, and probably a wave C. I don't know. That move up looks a lot more impulsive than this move down right here. That move down looks very overlapping. This move up is not really overlapping at all, so it looks more like a trend. This looks more like a crescent, like it's going to go down to one of these fibs and then end up continuing the uptrend. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, I guess. I would definitely be looking for, depending on what time frame you trade, this crescent is probably not over, so if you trade below the 1 hour, I'd be looking for shorts. If you trade above the 1 hour, I'd be waiting for a Fibonacci bounce to go long. So it kind of depends on what time frame you're trading. Let's go look at the US dollar yen for Yana, and we'll look at the, actually we got a few yen pairs to look at, so we'll look at a few. Actually, let's do the NU and then we'll do some yen pairs. So we'll do the NU next, and then we'll go switch and do some yen pairs. So I still think that this is going to eventually go up and take out the high of wave 4. To me, this looks like a WXY pattern forming, which is probably going to be a crescent to this move down and eventually continue the downtrend. Not yet, but eventually. Taking it down to the weekly, taking it down to the daily. Now, I was originally calling this an ABC because it's definitely 3 waves, but it does look more like a trend. So this is probably a crescent right here, A. This is probably an A, B, C, a B, and this is definitely a trend also, probably a wave C. I think that this is going to keep on going up, making higher highs and higher lows, so I would definitely be looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, our last major structure level is right here, so the trend is definitely still up. Really, it looks like a break of structure for a 1. Looks like a 3-way pattern down for a 2. And it looks like we're probably in a wave 3 right now, and I bet it's going to make another higher low and probably just keep on doing so. Probably all part of a big wave 3. So I would definitely still be looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. Going down to the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame. Yeah, we got a little bit of a fib bounce, but we don't have any break of structure. Most likely this is like a wave A someplace in here. Probably like a B right there. I bet this is a B right there. And I think we're probably not finished with the wave C. If we see a break of structure and a Fibonacci bounce, that's probably what's going to make me want to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. So I would definitely still be looking for longs on this one. Our last major structure level is right there, so if that structure level gets broken, then I'll stop looking for longs. But until that structure level gets broken, for me, I am definitely still looking for longs in an uptrend. So let's head down to the US dollar yen, and we'll look at that for Yana, and then we'll switch over and look at a couple other yen pairs. So like I've been saying for months now, this looks like a 1 and this looks like a 2, but the yen is still going up, and the yen very easily could just cause this to just keep on drifting up. And if that does happen, then it's not really going to be too big of a deal for us, because right now we're going to be looking for longs in a ways because we expect it to be a wave C. If it doesn't turn out to be a wave C and it just keeps on drifting up, then we're going to be looking for longs in a way, so it really shouldn't cause too many issues. If you go up to the monthly, you see what I mean. This move up is looking very impulsive. I think there's a chance that this very easily could just keep on drifting up. And since we're looking for longs on shorter time frames in a ways, it's not going to cause us any issues if it does just continue the uptrend. So going down to the daily, we are approaching that 61.8% Fibonacci level, which is an area of resistance for sure. This definitely looks like a big downtrend, a wave 1. This is an uptrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, 3 waves down for the B, It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. So if it turns at the 61.8, especially if it goes down and breaks structure, that's what's going to tell me that there is a wave C and that the wave C is complete, and then I'm going to stop looking for longs and start looking for shorts again. But since we don't have that break of structure yet, I am definitely still only looking for longs on shorter time frames, and if it just ends up continuing up like that because the yen just keeps on driving it up, then it's definitely not going to cause me any issues or any losing trades because of it. Yeah, that's good, buddy. Real good. So if you haven't done so already, definitely join my free Discord channel. 100% free to join. I put that survey up there so people could know that I have a Discord channel, but I'll put the link in the chats and in the description. So the US dollar yen, really our last structure level is right here. As you can see, we've been making higher lows this whole time. So the trend is definitely still up for sure. I think it's going to at least go up and touch that 61.8. So I would expect to see at least a couple more long opportunities before we really have to worry about anything. So what do we got? It kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. So it's probably starting a correction. And it's probably going to be a correction to this whole move up. So I would expect to see a move down. Maybe not quite that big, probably more like this. But still, I would expect to see some sort of a three-way pattern down, probably ABC down, and then back up to that 61.8% Fibonacci level to finish off this pattern. So, let's switch back to the yen pairs. I do always consider the US dollar yen as more of a yen pair than a dollar pair, just because it seems like the yen drives it more. So let's see. Yeah, the euro yen starting to make a move down also. But if you look at this euro yen on the longer time phase, I can almost guarantee that this trend is not over. I would put my whole trading account on the fact that this uptrend is probably not over on the weekly and monthly. So especially looking at this, that's a 1, 2, 3. There's no way that trend is over. That doesn't mean that it won't go down before it goes back up, but I think that the uptrend is not over on the weekly and the monthly time frames. Going down to the 4-hour, this has been a big strong trend, and it looks like a 1, 2, 3, so I think we need to make a 4 and a 5 and then an impulsive move down just to end this trend right here. So even this trend that started right here I don't think is over yet. It looks very clear to me that it's a 1, 2, most likely a 3, probably in a 4 now, and then probably back up for a 5, and it very easily could just keep on trending up. It might not even be a wave 5, so we're definitely still looking for longs and an uptrend on this one. What I would be doing now is I'd be putting my Fibonacci on the last section of trend, because most likely to start with we are going to assume that this is going to be a correction to this last wave. So one wave down, probably a wave A, corrective up, probably a wave B, and then down again for wave C. So if we see 3 waves down to a Fibonacci level, if we see an impulsive move up, I would definitely take that as another long opportunity. But until that happens, we are definitely going down. If you trade below the 1 hour, I would be looking for shorts. If you trade above the 1 hour, I'd be waiting for my next long opportunity. So we got the euro yen, the pound yen was also requested. Euro yen and pound yen are very, very, very similar. The pound yen is at least bouncing off a Fibonacci level, not on the monthly, but on the weekly we are bouncing off the 100% Fibonacci extension of the last wave. So that could be an area of resistance for sure, but I would almost guarantee that this trend is not over. Even this last section of trend since the last ABC correction looks like a 1, 2, 3, so I would say that this is not over yet. That doesn't mean that it may not do something like that before it goes up, but that does mean that the trend is probably not over yet and that we probably will get more long opportunities. Going down to the 4-hour, look at this, 1, 2, 3. That seems very clear that all the yen pairs are probably ending at wave 3 today. This is probably more likely only a wave A, honestly. Probably going to make a 4 and then go back up and make a 5. And what we think is a wave 5 could very easily just keep on drifting up. So I would definitely continue to look for longs on all yen pairs. On the shorter time frames, it definitely looks like it could be an AB, which it definitely could be. So if it goes down to there, makes an impulsive move back up, then I would definitely take that as a long opportunity. The trend is definitely 100% still up. On the longer time frames, it kind of looks like it may end up doing this, like making an A, a B, and then a C, and then going back up. So if I see 3 waves down and a break of structure, I would definitely take it as a long, but I would be a little on the cautious side because on the little bit higher time frames, it definitely looks like it could be just a wave A. If you go up to like the 4-hour time frame, that looks like it's just starting a crescent, like it's just like a wave A, B, C starting, and then it goes back up. So I definitely am still looking for longs on all the yen pairs for sure. So USD PLN. So if you're still here, let me know and I will look at that, Mario. If you're still here, I'll look at it. If not, then I probably won't, because that is kind of an odd pair. So let's go look at the CAD Swiss. Canadian Swiss. This is one that I know some of my members trade the living heck out of because of how nice these trends have been. Ooh, we did break that low right here. We made an all-time low, and now it's starting to reject it and go back up. So that does look like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 too. So this may actually be getting ready to go up. We'll see about that. So let's take it down to the weekly. Oh yeah, look at that. That definitely looks like it's about to end a trend. That looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I bet this is going to keep going up. It's either going to be a wave 1 or a wave A. Then it's most likely going to make a crescent, which is either a B or a 2. Then the third wave is what's going to tell the story, because if it goes up and does this and breaks structure, we'll know it's a wave C and we'll know that it's going back down. If it goes up and just keeps on making higher highs, higher lows like this, then we'll know it's a wave 3 and we'll just keep on going long. But right now it looks like it's only in a wave A or a wave 1, so I would definitely be looking for longs on shorter time frames for sure. Let's do this real quick. There we go. So I think it's going up to take out this high right here. I would definitely be going long right now. It looks like we just had a long within the last couple of days. This is probably still a wave A, or possibly a wave 1. Going down to the 4-hour, look at that crescent. That's a nice looking crescent. 1 wave down, wave A. 1, 2, 3 waves up, wave B. Another trend down, wave C, impulsive up. I bet this is going to break this high and most likely just keep on trending. So I am definitely still looking for longs in an uptrend on this one for sure. Taking it down to the 1-hour time frame. Even on the 1-hour time frame, we had a 3-way pattern today, so this would have been a good one to trade today. If we stuck away from the dollar pairs and traded other things, we probably would have had some pretty profitable trades today. So there's no reason why that is over. I would definitely still be looking for longs in an uptrend on that for sure. Let me just check and see if there's any more requests. Yeah, we looked at the yen pairs. I didn't look at that Canadian yen, Connor, so let me know if you want me to look at that. Oh, wow, Robbie, you're trading the UJ now. Wow. Nice. Yeah, we'll sit back and look at that Canadian yen. We're actually right there, so we'll do that now. Look at the Canadian yen. I think it's probably going to make a move down, but I don't think that move down is it. It doesn't really... I'm not really too confident about this 1, 2, 3 count, because if that is a 3, then it would have to go way further. I think that the one... I think this is definitely a trend, but it's probably going to end up looking something like that. I think it's going out to one of these 2 fib levels, the 123 or the 138, around the 120 and the 126 area. So we'll have to see how that turns out. Going down to the weekly is where I see what I believe to be a ABC crescent, right at the 61.8% Fibonacci level. Nice impulsive move up, break of structure. Definitely no reason to think that this is over. I would definitely still be looking for longs for sure. I think it'll break structure and probably go a lot further than that. Definitely looks like a wave 3. Just look how strong this wave is. That's definitely a wave 3. Wave 3s are supposed to be the biggest, strongest waves of the trend. 1, 2, 3. And this wave 3 may not even be over yet. It may just keep on going. So I would 100% still be looking for longs in an uptrend. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, it probably is going to make a crescent just like the other ones, but it's probably just going to be another pullback, another ABC down, just like all these other ones. ABC down, impulsive up, and probably another continuation of the uptrend. 1-hour time frame, yeah, Definitely not very corrective yet, but let's see. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 since the last correction, so it probably is going to go down and make a pullback, especially with how slow things are today and really tomorrow also. So if I see it 3 ways down, if I see an impulsive move up, I would definitely take that as a long opportunity also, for sure. All the higher time frames are definitely telling me the trend is up, so I am definitely still looking for longs in an uptrend. So, did we finish this Swiss Canadian? Yeah, we did. We're definitely still looking for longs on this one also. So, some of this pattern is definitely caused by this Canadian. So let's go back to the dollar pairs. We already looked at the euro dollar, and I also made a video for the euro dollar today, so you may have to check that out. US dollar PLN, which is the Polish zloty, something like that. Definitely a strong move down right there. Kind of looks like the end of a trend or something. See you later, Yana. I'll talk to you tomorrow, hopefully. We're back to my normal schedule. So tomorrow I'll be on the Zoom meeting. Today's a real slow day, so we're just kind of doing a quick meeting. I'm not even sure if I'll make it a full hour on this live stream. So the daily time frame definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is either a wave A or a wave 1. We don't really know. This is definitely a correction, probably either a wave B or wave 2. And it looks like a 1, 2, so we're probably still in a downtrend, probably still a wave 3. So I would definitely still be looking for shorts right now, for sure. Yeah, look at that correction too. That's actually a very clear correction. 1, 2, 3 ways down. Up, I mean. And we've been making lower highs, lower highs. And yeah, I would definitely still be looking for shorts in a downtrend for sure. 3 waves up and pulse it down, definitely still looking for shorts. Very, very overlapping. I think it's going to pop up again just because of what I think is happening on the dollar index. But if I see 3 waves up or I see an impulsive move down, I see a break of structure, I would definitely go short for the continuation of the downtrend. Yeah, if you're looking to scalp, if you're trading below the 1 hour time frame, then going short on the Canadian yen is probably the way to go. If you're looking for, if you're more of a day or a swing trader, then you're probably waiting for the next long opportunity, which is what I would be doing, for sure. So I already pretty much burnt through my whole list, so if anybody has anything else to look at, definitely let me know. Like I said, I kind of wanted to dedicate today for the members, so whatever you want me to look at, definitely let me know. If anybody is interested in joining my Patreon, you can definitely check that out. It comes with a trading course, it comes with members forecast, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah, well, I don't really trade. I do trade below the 1 hour. Sometimes I trade down to the 30-minute, but that's pretty much as low as I'm willing to go on my trading. And I watch about, I watch all the dollar pairs, all the yen pairs, and oil and natural gas, and it's pretty much an opportunity every day on at least one of those pairs. And that's a big misconception to think that every single day you need to be trading, because really, that's just like a losing mentality to think that you need to be trading every single day. I am an active trader, and sometimes I don't trade every day because there's not a good opportunity in the market every day. Like today is a holiday in the U.S. Just look at the euro dollar. It's like done nothing pretty much all day. It's just kind of drifting around. It's not really doing anything. So the thinking that you need to trade every single day to be a profitable trader is a major, major misconception. Not necessarily. I mean, it depends. Everybody's different. Some people thrive scalping. Some people do so good with scalping, but then if they try to do day trading, they suck at it. Some people are really, really good at day trading, but then if they try to scalp, they really are not good at it at all. So what I always suggest for new traders is try everything. If you're a new trader, spend a week or two scalping. and then track your results. Do some journaling, track your results, see how that turns out, and then spend a couple weeks day trading on like the 30-minute to 1 hour. Spend a couple weeks doing that, and then track your results, do some journaling, track your results, write down how you're doing and everything else, and then maybe try some swing trading. Trade from like the 2 hour to 4 hour time frame. Try day trading, try swing trading, and try scalping. There's really no correct answer to what time frame everybody should be trading on because everybody is different. Me personally, I know that I do much better trading someplace between like the 30-minute and 2 hour, sometimes all the way up to the 4 hour. I know that if I go down to the shorter time frames, I can make money, but usually I work 10 times as hard on the shorter time frames to make it the same amount of money that I would make, checking my charts every couple hours on this medium time frame. So it's a different answer for everybody. There's no correct answer for that, definitely. Let's see. Oh, hey, Vicky, how's it going? No, we didn't. We're just kind of doing like a little bit of an open format today, so I haven't looked at oil or natural gas. We'll look at oil first. I'm just kind of letting people tell me what they want me to look at, and then I'm just looking at it. So let's see, oil. I still think on the higher time frames, oil looks like impulsive up, and this whole thing looks corrective. So I'm still thinking that we're going to make a move up and maybe even start this A, B, C, or B. But as you go down, it starts to really get a little messy. Like I said, this is definitely impulsive up right there. It kind of looks like a five-wave correction, like an A. This is all corrective, like a B. This is like a trend, like a C. And then this looks like a three-wave pattern for a D, and then another trend for a E. And to me, it kind of looks like an A, B, C, D, E. And it kind of looks like this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that it's going to keep on going up. And we really haven't broken out of anything yet. We're still in just one big channel here, so we have to be a little bit careful on that for sure. I was supposed to be on the 4 hour. That was the 5 hour, but same difference. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, our last major structure level is right here, so the trend is definitely still up. I would definitely still be looking for longs. Like I said, it kind of looks like it's a big five-wave correction on the 4 hour and daily, so I would definitely be looking at this move down as possibly a correction to this move up right here. If I see 3 waves down, I would definitely take it as another long. Look at that right there, 3 waves down. That right there was kind of a strong correction, but it was a little bit of a 3-wave pattern. And this is probably just like a wave A of an ABC correction. So I would definitely still be looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. Definitely. Natural gas. What do we got on natural gas? We didn't really look at gold much. No, we can go look at gold though. Normally I do all the dollar pairs including gold first, but we're just kind of looking at whatever anybody wants right now. So on the daily, I still think this looks like a 1, 2, probably a 3, and I still think that this is going to go up and make some sort of a overlapping pattern up to the 38% and then probably go back down. So I still think that we're most likely in a wave 4 right now. I think we're already in the wave 4. That chart is not working? What do you mean by that? Yeah, definitely pretty impulsive up. Whoops. Pepperstone. Oh, okay. This is currency.com, so. Oh, it's closed today, isn't it? Natural gas isn't even open today, is it? No, it's not either. Natural gas isn't even open. So, yeah, there might be a big old gap on this thing. Is Pepperstone open? Is that what you were saying about Pepperstone? Oh, Pepperstone's open. So maybe that's just that one broker. Wow, it's still trending up, huh? Yeah, for some reason that one's not working today. I think because of the holiday must be. I know the New York Stock Exchange is probably not open today, so that's probably why that one's not working. Yeah, I still think we're in a wave 4, so I would definitely be looking for longs right now. Our last structure level is right there. It's been a nice strong uptrend. We are coming into this zone where we might get a decent pullback, so be careful of that. Usually at most recent highs is when you get a pullback, so maybe we're getting ready to make a pullback like a 1 and a 2 maybe, and then maybe go up for a 3. Yeah, that's probably what's going on. We definitely got a three-way pattern down there today. Is this one's working, right? Yeah, it's got 44 minutes left, so it must be working. 3 p.m. Yeah, this one's working just fine. Yeah, well, I would definitely still be looking for longs at least until I get a break of structure, and then once I get a break of structure, I bet it's just going to be like a wave 2 and then go back up for a 3. So I would definitely still. Yeah, I know. I might need to start using this one instead of that other one. It actually looks like it might be a little cleaner too. It's definitely a little bit different. Yeah, I guess it's pretty much the same. It's just I got this one's gonna make a big old gap when the market open. I might have to switch my Elliott wave stuff to this Pepperstone chart. It's a good point. I don't know what I would use on my own chart. What do I got for natural gas on this one? Yeah, I do use Pepperstone on this one. Okay, so yeah, that is. I should definitely switch it over to Pepperstone for sure. Yeah, they are pretty much the same. It's just this one's closed. That's why it looks a little different right now. But they are basically the same chart. For some reason, the currency.com is closed, probably because the stock market's not open today, I would imagine. Oh, nope, it's open. Wow. I guess the New York Stock Exchange is open today. Oh, this one's not open. The US 30's not open. New York Stock Exchange is probably closed. Yeah, the New York Stock Exchange is closed. The Dow is closed. The DAX is open. So we got a little bit of mixture. The Nasdaq is open, the US 30 is open, and the S&P 500 are open. Just the New York Stock Exchange, the Dow, and the DAX. No, the DAX is open too. So the Dow and the New York Stock Exchange are definitely closed today. So yeah, let's move on. Let's go look at gold, and if anybody has any more requests, definitely put them in the chats. I think gold is in a correction too. I still am sticking to the idea that this is a wave A, B, C. One of the major reasons why I think this is an ABC is because of the dollar index. Yeah, we can look at the Kiwi for you. NZD. So I still think this is a wave C, and I still think it's going up. Now, if it's not a wave C, then that means it's probably a wave A, and that this move up is going to be like a B, and then it goes down again for a C. So either way, if this turns up, it's worst case scenario, it's going to make a correction to the whole move down for like a B or a 2. Best case scenario is it just keeps on trending up. So I would definitely still be looking for longs and an uptrend on this for sure. Now with the break of structure that we had, let me go down one more step, or maybe zoom in a little bit, but oops. Let's zoom in just a little bit right here. So this definitely looks to me like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think this is like an ending flat because it's definitely 5 waves down, and it definitely has a positive up, and it did close above structure. So I think that's like an ending flat for a wave C, but it possibly could be a wave A. So I think this move down is going to be a correction to that move up, and I think it's going to do either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1. Like I said, worst case scenario, it's going to make an A, B, C a B, which would be a correction to this whole move down. Best case scenario is it's going to make a 1, 2, 3 and just keep on trending up. So either way, I think at this point, depending on where you like to trade, but I don't think this correction is over, even though it did make 3 waves down. That's definitely 3 waves down. I don't think it's over yet. I think it's going to go down more, probably to one of these 2 fibs. I don't think there's going to be enough volume today to end the correction and end up continuing the uptrend. So depending on what time frame you trade on, I think that below the 1 hour, I would definitely still be looking for shorts. Above the 1 hour, I would be waiting for the end of this ABC correction, which it probably already has an A, it probably already has a B, and this is probably like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C forming. A break of structure will be our entry to go long and for the continuation of the uptrend. Yeah, we already did the euro dollar, plus I made a video for it today. I don't really know if we actually did the pound dollar. We can look at that one. Like I said, I normally start off with the dollar pairs, but today I was just kind of doing open because the market is very slow today. The pound dollar is bouncing off of 61% Fibonacci level, which is probably a reason why it's in a correction, on top of the fact that it's a holiday, but this is probably going to make a correction, and I still definitely think the trend is up, so I would definitely still be looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. Yeah, we're definitely in a correction right now. It's probably only, yeah, it could be already in a wave C, but it's probably going to end up doing something like this, I bet. Yeah, I got my video schedule out. My live stream schedule is out. On Sundays from now on, I am going to be putting my live stream schedule out for the week. Now, I will be, right here is my live stream schedule, which I put on my Instagram account also. So if you join my Discord channel and you join my Instagram, that's a good way to follow my schedule. But also, if you go join my Discord, you just go to upcoming live streams. So I will be live streaming today at 2:30, Wednesday at 2:30, and then I'm going to do one live stream this week for the pound interest rate at 11:45 UK time, and then we're going to do Friday at 2:30 again. So the best way to keep track of my live streams is definitely on Discord, but you can also follow me on Instagram to check that out, and on Facebook. So I have all my social media on here, so definitely check that out. So let's, like I said, definitely join my free Discord. It's 100% free to join my Discord channel. You do not have to pay a dime if you do not want to. I do offer a paid membership, but you do not have to join it if you do not want to. So, in a ways, the pound dollar definitely still looks like it's in a correction. We haven't even broke any structure yet. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it just looks like an ABC because of the lack of volume today. I bet it's actually only a wave A and it's going to end up stretching out into something like that. I think it's only a wave A because of what I see on the longer time frames. So I am definitely still looking for longs and uptrend on this one for sure. Aussie dollar, pretty much exactly the same. I think this is all a correction to this last move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is probably one big correction that is probably not over yet. I think it's going to go down more before it goes up. So I am definitely, depending on what time frame you trade on, if you trade below the 1 hour, I'd be looking for shorts. If you trade above the 1 hour, I'd be waiting for the end of this correction to go long again for the continuation of the uptrend. So, let me see here, just checking around, see if we got anything new going on. See if my Patreon members requested anything else. We've looked at most things. I don't think we looked at Bitcoin. We can go look at Bitcoin real quick. Yeah, pound interest rate this week is probably the highlight of the week. We have a few other decent news events. We have CPI Wednesday, which is definitely a good news event, but during that time I am going to be doing my members forecasts for my Patreon members, so I'm not going to be available to live stream during that. And there's no really much of a point in live streaming during this one either, I don't think. Actually, I will be live streaming because that's Wednesday at 3, so I will be live streaming during this. And then the pound interest rate, I think, is probably the highlight of the week. I'll be live streaming for that. And we got all that PMI news in the morning and in the afternoon for the dollar, for the pound, and for Europe. So that's a pretty big news event also. So we definitely have a pretty decent amount of news. Not like last week, but we definitely do have some news this week to pay attention to. Yeah, let's go check out Bitcoin. We haven't looked at Bitcoin in a while. See what's up with that. Oh, it is going up. I was actually thinking that this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, and that it was going to go up and make a B, and then go back down again and make a C. I think this is going to be an A. I think we're in an A, B, C, or B, and I think eventually it is going to go back up for a C, or possibly a 1, 2, 3. Definitely could be a 1, 2, 3, or an A, B, C. Going down to the 4 hour, honestly, on the 4 hour, we should probably be measuring a different level. What we should be measuring now is this level right here, because now I think we're in a crutch into this move down. Yeah, I'd rather see this one anyways, the white one. Yeah, I gotta go through and fix my settings also. There we go. So most likely what we got now is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I think right now we're in an uptrend for an A, B, C, or B. Probably gonna look something like this. Up to one of these, maybe the 50 or 61% for an A, B, C, or B. And then probably back down again for the wave C, just like I was showing on the higher time frames. A, B, C, or B, and then back down for a C. 1 hour time frame, it definitely looks like a very clear trend right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if this breaks structure, it's probably going to be the end of that setting of trend. Maybe the end of a wave A. Then it'll probably make a crutch into that move up like a B, and then probably back up for the C. What's maybe the 50% or even the 38 could be an area for that to end a C with an impulsive move down, a break of structure, and a continuation of the downtrend. Yeah, we're going to have to see how the pound interest rate, we got 3-4 days until that comes out, so there's not really much of a point in trying to figure that out now. Let's look at the Euro Kiwi. A lot of things can change. When's that pound interest rate again? That's on Thursday. Yeah, a lot's going to change between now and Thursday. So we'll have to see. They're predicting that the pound interest rate is going to go up one more time for 25 basis points, so if that tells you anything. So on the weekly, it still looks to me like this is like a 1, 2, and we're in a wave 3 that should keep on trending up on the Euro Kiwi. The daily definitely looks like it's trending up. That looks like an ABC right there. So I bet this is a trend. This is a correction, and I bet we're trending up. 4 hour time frame. Yeah, look at that. I bet that's the end of a. Well, maybe not. It does have 3 ways up. It looks like at the end of a correction, no, that's for sure. It looks like a downtrend for the A, it looks like a correction for the B, and it looks like a downtrend for the C. Right to the 61.8, impulsive up. I bet this is now trending up, but I would definitely be looking for longs on shorter time frames. Yeah, definitely. That's probably like a 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5 or something like that. So I would definitely be looking for longs at the end of ABC corrections. If I see 3 ways down, impulsive up, those are definitely what I'm looking for entries to go long for the continuation of this uptrend for sure. Definitely no reason to do anything right now besides look for longs in an uptrend. So let me see. I don't think I missed anybody's requests. Let me scroll back a little bit. Yeah, we're going to have to see what pound interest rates does. It's going to be probably not much of a point in really checking it out now. We can look at the pound index, see if that can give us any clues, but really there's not much of a point in trying to figure it out now. It's too far in advance. The pound has definitely been going up very strong though. That's one big uptrend. That does kind of resemble a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7 wave uptrend. So we're definitely trending up for sure on the pound. Yeah, look at that. That's like a 1, 2, 3. This is probably going to make a 4, 5. So if my guess right now on the 4 hour time frame is that this is going to make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at the news, it's going to go down, break structure, and end that section of trend. So it seems like the news is actually going to be negative for the pound, or at least cause the pound to go down. But like I said, we got a long ways until that news comes out, so a lot can definitely change between now and then. So I guess that's pretty much it. Today was it not only was today Monday, but today is also a bank holiday in the U.S. Even though it's Juneteenth, which is really not a very big holiday. I know that I always had to work in the U.S. Juneteenth. So it definitely was not a big holiday, but it was a bank holiday, a federal holiday. So all the government and the banks had the day off today, and you can just look at the dollar pairs really quickly, and you can pretty much tell that it was a very very slow day. Just look how collective these things are. So, like I said at the beginning, a rule that I made for myself probably 6 years ago was that I do not trade during bank holidays in the U.S. because I know better. I've seen what happens a lot of the times on bank holidays in the U.S. is you'll see what looks like a perfect ABC correction. You'll see an impulsive move up. You'll enter long, and then because there's not enough volume, it'll just drift back down and turn into a losing trade. So for me personally, I don't trade on bank holidays just because I've seen too many times that the market does not really follow through on its moves. Yeah, no problem, buddy. Yeah, definitely. So, anybody that joins my Patreon gets access to this course also, which is what he is talking about right now. It's 7.5 hours of educational information. Each one of these tabs has a video. Some of them actually have more than one video, as you can see. So definitely check these out. There, it comes free with the Patreon service. So if you join my Patreon, then you get access to the 38 videos, and you also get access to my private chats. You get access to my members forecast area, and you get access to request things during these live streams. And really, it's an awesome deal, especially with that members forecast area. So the link for that is in the chats and in the description. So definitely check that out. Like I said, not only is today Monday, but it is also a bank holiday, so be careful with your trading today. And as always, good luck, and we'll talk to everybody on Wednesday, unless you are a Patreon member. If you are a Patreon member, then tomorrow is the 2-hour Zoom meetings where I teach my strategy to all my Patreon members. So if you are a member, I'll see you tomorrow. If you're not a member, then I will see you Wednesday on the next live stream. So as usual, happy trading and good luck with everything.